I dream of a Burkina Faso that stands tall, free from dependence, building its future with our own hands. The CISINOB Plant is our first step toward that proud sovereign tomorrow. Deep in the Sahel, where the land is tough and the challenges are many, something amazing is happening. Burkina Faso, a small but strong country in West Africa, is starting a new journey. This isn't just about building factories or roads. It's about a nation finding its power, creating jobs, and dreaming big. At the heart of this change is a new cement plant called the CISINOB Plant, which opened on March 20th, 25. It's a sign of hope, hard work, and a better tomorrow for Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso has faced tough times for years: poverty, political struggles, and needing help from other countries. But under the leadership of Captain Ibrahimtraoré, the country is taking bold steps to stand on its own. The CISINOB Plant is a big part of this plan. It's not just about making cement. It's about giving people jobs, building stronger communities, and showing the world that Burkina Faso can shape its own future. Let's explore this exciting story and see how one factor is changing a whole nation. Burkina Faso, a landlocked country in West Africa surrounded by countries like Mali, Niger, and Ghana. Its people, known as Burkinabe, are hardworking and proud. But life has often been hard. Droughts, poverty, and political unrest have made it difficult for the country to grow. Many young people have had to leave their homes to find work elsewhere, and Burkina Faso has relied on foreign aid to survive. Now things are changing. Captain Ibrahimtraoré, who became interim military president in 2022, has a big dream for Burkina Faso. He wants country to be strong, independent, and full of opportunities. He believes Burkina Faso can use its own resource like its land, minerals, and people to build a brighter future. The CISINOB Plant is a key part of this dream. It's not just a factory. It's a symbol that Burkina Faso is ready to take charge of its economy and create a better life for its people. You might be wondering, why is a cement plant so important? Cement is like the glue that holds buildings, roads, and bridges together. Without it, you can't build schools, hospitals, or homes. For a long time, Burkina Faso had to buy cement from other countries like Ivory Coast and Ghana. This was expensive and meant the country was spending money that could have been used for other things, like education or healthcare. Buying cement from outside also made it harder for Burkina Faso to grow its own industries. The CISINOB Plant changes everything. Located in the Laongo Plateau in central Burkina Faso, this factory can produce 2,000 tons of cement every day. That's enough to build thousands of homes, schools, and roads. By making cement at home, Burkina Faso can save money, create jobs, and even sell cement to nearby countries. The CISINOB Plant is a game-maker, showing that Burkina Faso can meet its own needs and become a leader in the region. One of the biggest problems in Burkina Faso is finding jobs, especially for young people. Many young Burkina have had to leave their villages or even the country to find work. Some end up in risky jobs or informal markets struggling to get by. The CISINOB Plant is helping to fix this. The factory is expected to create hundreds of jobs, from working on the production line to driving trucks and managing operations. These jobs give young people a chance to stay in Burkina Faso, earn money, and build a future for the youth of Burkina Faso. The CISINOB Plant is more than just a workplace. It's a sign of hope. It shows that their country believes in them and wants to give them opportunities. Captain Traoré has talked about how important young people are to Burkina Faso's future. He wants them to dream big and aim high, no matter their age or background. The CISINOB Plant is a step toward making those dreams come true, giving young Burkinabe a reason to stay and help their nation grow. The CISINOB Plant is located in the Laongo Plateau, a beautiful region in central Burkina Faso. This area has rolling hills and wide open spaces, but it has faced economic challenges for a long time. Many people in Laongo have struggled to find steady work, and the region has lacked things like good roads or electricity. The CISINOB Plant is changing that by building the factory in Laongo. The government is bringing new opportunities to the region. The plant needs roads to transport cement, electricity to power the machines, and communication systems to manage the operations. These improvements don't just help the factory, they help the people living nearby. New roads mean farmers can get their crops to market more easily. Electricity means schools and clinics can stay open longer, and better communication systems mean people can stay connected to the rest of the country. The CISINOB plant is like a spark that's lighting up the whole region. For years, Burkina Faso had to buy cement from other countries. This was costly and slowed down the country's growth. Every time Burkina Faso needed to build a school, a hospital, or a road, it had to spend money on imported cement. This money left the country making ether to invest in things like education or healthcare. The CISINOB is helping to break this cycle. Now, Burkina Faso can produce its own cement. This means the country can save money and use it for other important things like improving schools or hospitals. It also means construction projects can happen faster and cheaper. Imagine new schools being built for children, new roads connecting villages, and new homes for families. All made possible because Burkina Faso is making its own cement with the CISINOB plant. This is a big step toward economic independence, and it's something the whole country can be proud of. The CISINOB plant wouldn't have been possible without help from China. China has been working with many African countries, including Burkina Faso, to build things like roads, bridges, and factories. This partnership is part of China's Beltandroad initiative, a plan to connect countries through trade and development. For Burkina Faso, working with China has brought money, technology, and expertise to make the CISINOB plant a reality. Some people worry about China's role in Africa. They wonder if China is trying to control African countries or take their resources. But in Burkina Faso, Captain Traoré sees this partnership as end for both sides. China provides the tools and knowledge to build the CISINOB plant, while Burkina Faso gets to control the factory and use it to grow its economy. Traoré has made it clear that he wants partnerships that respect Burkina Faso's independence. The CISINOB plant shows that Burkina Faso can work with other countries while staying in charge of its own future. Captain Ibrahimtraoré became Burkina Faso's leader in 2022 after a military coup. At just 34 years old, he is one of the youngest leaders in Africa. But his age doesn't stop him from having big plans for his country. He wants Burkina Faso to be strong, independent, and full of opportunities. He believes that by building factories like the CISINOB plant and working with partners like China, Burkina Faso can create jobs, improve infrastructure, and stand tall in the world. Traoré's leadership is different from what Burkina Faso has seen before. In the past, the country relied heavily on Western countries like France and the United States for aid, but Traoré wants Burkina Faso to chart its own path. He's focused on building an economy that doesn't depend on handouts from other nations. The CISINOB plant is a perfect example of this vision. It's a project that uses Burkina Faso's own resource and people to create something lasting. Burkina Faso's economy has long depended on agriculture, especially crops like cotton, maize, and sorghum. The country is also known for its gold mining. While these industries are important, they can be risky. Droughts, floods, or changes in global prices can hurt farmers and miners, leaving the economy vulnerable. Captain Traoré knows that Burkina Faso needs more than just agriculture and mining to grow strong. That's where the CISINOB plant comes in. By building a factory that produces cement, Burkina Faso diversifying its economy. This means country isn't relying on just one thing to make money. If farming or mining struggles, the CISINOB plant can still provide jobs and income. Plus, the cement industry supports other sectors like construction and transportation. This creates a ripple effect, helping the whole economy grow stronger and more stable. The CISINOB plant isn't just good for Burkina Faso, it's good for the whole West African region. Countries like Ivory Coast, Ghana, and Mali need cement to build homes, schools, and roads. In the past, they had to import cement from faraway places, which was expensive and slow. Now, Burkina Faso can supply cement to its neighbors, making it cheaper and faster to get the materials they need. This could turn Burkina Faso into a regional leader. By selling cement to other countries, Burkina Faso can earn money and build stronger ties with its neighbors. This also gives Burkina Faso more influence in West Africa. Instead of being a country that depends on others, Burkina Faso can become a leader, helping to drive growth and development into region. The CISINOB plant is a stepping stone to making this dream a reality. Building the CISINOB plant is a huge achievement, but it's not without challenges. Running a factory like this requires a lot of planning and hard work. The plant needs raw materials, like limestone and clay to make cement. It also needs skilled workers to operate machines and manage the business, and it has to compete with other cement producers in the region, which means keeping prices low and quality high. Burkina Faso also faces bigger challenges like political instability and security issues. The Sahel region has seen conflict and violence in recent years, which can make it hard to attract investment or keep projects like the CISINOB plant running smoothly. But Captain Traoré and his government are determined to overcome these obstacles. They know that the CISINOB plant is just beginning, and they're committed to making it a success. One of the best things about the CISINOB plant is how it's helping rural communities. The Laongo Plateau, where the plant is located, has been overlooked for a long time. Many people in this area live in poverty with few opportunities for work or education. The CISINOB plant is changing that by bringing jobs and infrastructure to the region. When the plant was built, new roads were constructed to transport cement. These roads don't just help the factory, they make it easier for farmers to get their crops to market and for children to get to school. The plant also needs electricity, which means power lines are being built. This brings electricity to nearby villages, improving their quality of life. The CISINOB plant is like a seed that's helping the whole region grow. For many years, Burkina Faso's foreign policy was shaped by Western countries like France and the United States. These countries provided aid, but often with conditions. They wanted Burkina Faso to follow their rules or support their agendas. Under Captain Traoré, things are different. He wants Burkina Faso to work with countries that respect its independence and share its goals. The partnership with China is a great example of this new approach. China is helping Burkina Faso build the CISINOB plant, but Traoré has made it clear that Burkina Faso is in charge. This is a big shift from the past when Western countries often had a lot of influence over Burkina Faso's nations. By working with China and other countries, Burkina Faso is building a future on its own terms. The CISINOB plant is more than just a factory. It's a spark that's lighting up Burkina Faso's economy. By producing cement at home, the country can build more schools, hospitals, and roads. This creates jobs for construction workers, engineers, and truck drivers. It also attracts businesses that need cement-like companies that build homes or factories. This creates a cycle of growth where one project leads to another. For example, a new school built with cement from the CISINOB plant means more children can get an education. Educated children grow up to be skilled workers who can help Burkina Faso build more factories or start their own businesses. A new road built with local cement makes it easier for farmers to sell their crops, which gives them more money to spend in their communities. This ripple effect shows how one cement plant can change a whole country. Fourth, people of Burkina Faso, the CISINOB plant is more than just a factory. It's a symbol of what their country can achieve. For years, Burkina Faso has faced challenges that made it hard to dream big. Poverty, conflict, and dependence on other countries made it feel like progress was out of reach. But CISINOB plant shows that Burkina Faso can overcome these obstacles and build something great. The plant is a source of national pride. It proves that Burkina Faso has the talent, resources, and determination to stand on its own. For the Burkinabe, especially young people, it's a reminder that their country has a bright future. Captain Traoré often talks about the importance of sovereignty, being in control of your own destiny. The CISINOB plant is a step toward that goal, showing the world that Burkina Faso is ready to lead. The CISINOB plant is just the beginning. Captain Traoré and his government have big plans for Burkina Faso. They want to build more factories, improve energy systems, and modernize agriculture. They want to create a country where every citizen has the chance to succeed, no matter where they live or what challenges they face. The CISINOB plant is a blueprint for what's possible when a nation believes in itself. But the road ahead won't be easy. Burkina Faso will need to keep investing in education, training workers to run factories and manage businesses. It will need to build more infrastructure like roads and power plants to support new industries. And it will need to navigate a complex world working with partners like China while staying true to its own values. If Burkina Faso can meet these challenges, it could become a model for other African countries, showing that even small nations can achieve great things. The story of the CISINOB plant is the history of Burkina Faso's transformation. It's about a country that's tired of depending on others and ready to build its own future. It's about young people finding jobs, rural communities getting new opportunities, and a nation standing tall in the world. Captain ibrahimtraoré is leading this change, but he can't do it alone. The people of Burkina Faso, from farmers to factory workers, are the heart of this journey. What do you think about Faso's path forward? Is Captain Traoré keeping his promises to make the country stronger and more independent? Has any other leader done as much for Burkina Faso as he is trying to do? Share your thoughts and join the conversation about this exciting new chapter in Burkina Faso's history. Together we can celebrate the resilience, pride, and potential of a nation that's ready to shine.